My name is Alonzo Lamont, and I wrote and directed East Side Story. Thank you. I just want to have a few announcements first while they're fresh in my mind. Immediately after our performance, we invite everyone to stay around because we have a special guest who is Jake Oliver, who is the publisher for the African American newspaper, who's going to say a few words. And after that, we also invite you to hang around if you'd like to hang around for some talk back. A few minutes of that, and then also we'll have a reception going on outside, right to your right as you leave out. So, first, also, let me please thank my sponsors. One, Nancy Roeder and the Welch Medical Library. Second is Deidre Bishop, who is Director of the Hopkins Office of Community Affairs. And Shannon Dunn of the Hopkins Office of Cultural Affairs also. Without any of those three, I wouldn't be standing up here now, and chances are you wouldn't be sitting there either. So, just a word or two about our production. It's based in a certain amount of simplicity, actually. A long while ago, I used to teach in Baltimore, teacher in the schools program, artist in the schools program, excuse me. And so I was playwright in the schools. And you go for a week, and you go to elementary schools, we go to middle schools, and we went all around the city and all around the state, actually. And one of the devices that we used to get students started writing and thinking of drama and theater, we would show them a lot of pictures. And we'd say, what's this picture look like to you? What's this picture look like? And you know, at that age, children have the wildest imagination. So they'd say, well, I think this one looks like a bad man who's about to rob a bank. Oh, okay, all right. And some of the girls would say, oh no, that looks like a girl who's in love. And at the end of the week, we'd have a wonderful story about a beautiful couple who were madly in love who were about to rob a bank. Well, that's the device we've used this evening. We've incorporated some images that we've gotten from Project Gado and also from the African American. Actually, Project Gado was able to digitize a lot of images from the African American newspaper, and you're going to see these tonight. Also, when you came in, you saw some images we call our Wall of Wonder that was straight ahead when you entered on Monument Street. Some other things about the production I want to mention is this is not the history of East Baltimore. It is not that kind of comprehensive story. All right. So, also, this is not anything sort of chronological. I take some liberties with time here, so we go back and forth a little bit. So, just stay with us. And also, I'm a big believer in non-traditional casting. And so that means I pick people in plays who I think would be exciting to work with, who are enthused about the project, and who mainly want to do it. So you may see a character and say, that person should be white, that person should be black. Well, that's how I roll. What can I say? You can put it on me. Also, I want to mention that because we were mindful of people's times, and again, it's 5 o'clock in the evening, you probably stepped over here, and I do appreciate that. So it's a fairly short production, so please stick around for Jake Oliver's comments at the end, and if you'd like to stay for the talk back, feel free, or you can go out and munch after that for our reception. So after explaining the kind of make-pretend world that I did when I was in that artist in the schools program, I'd like to invite you on our little make-pretend journey right now. So this is East Side Story, Johns Hopkins, and the African American newspapers celebrate East Baltimore.
Josephus, this here is exactly what I'm talking about. It says here, the Johns Hopkins Hospital is finally finished and open for business. You hear that? It's finished. So in this year of 1889, we won't have to hear no more stories about Johns Hopkins Hospital.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far there, Mr. Newberry.
They say right here, the building is finished.
So it do. So it do. All right.
So it do, indeed. I've been watching you, Josephus. You know what I see?
Oh, I don't do mind reading that, Mr. Newberry.
There's a reason you cut hair. You cut a fine head of hair. But this is the world I'm talking about. Business, life. Man, how many hospitals do you think East Baltimore need? Why'd they say it was finished if it wasn't finished?
They not done building.
What'd I tell you, Mr. Man? It's all here in black and white. Man, you're forecasting events you can't even see.
Maybe you're right there, Mr. Newberry. I just cut hair.
Exactly.
It's what I do best.
Everybody's got their station.
No doubt about it.
No doubt.
Say, Mr. Newberry, have you heard about this fella? He's starting his own newspaper. Say it take him a couple of years, but word is he's already getting it started.
Can't say I've heard that, Josephus.
This fella, John Henry Murphy, said he's gonna call it the Afro-American newspaper. How about that?
The Afro-American newspaper.
Yeah.
The Afro-American newspaper.
That's right.
That's something right there. That's quite a name right there.
I expect you ain't heard too much about that.
Why not?
Because it's not in the newspaper. You know, black and white.
Josephus, tell me exactly what you heard about Johns Hopkins Hospital.
Well, I know one thing. They're not done building.
Hey, I got it. I gotta start listening to you more, Josephus.
Oh, don't go study me too much there, Mr. Newberry. You might come back with less than you go out with.
children's doctor.
That don't make you a mother.
No, it doesn't.
You see, D'Artagnan has problems. He needs medication or something. That's why we're here.
I can't say for sure, but your son may not need medication.
Doctor, I know my son.
I may not be a mother, but with all due respect, you're also not a doctor.
Well, that's true.
Children sometimes take a while for all their wires to connect. We're all new to life and challenges.
No.
We all start our journey in different places. I know I did.
No, D'Artagnan is so all over the place. He's bouncing off the walls.
Talk to his doctor. See what he recommends.
But you're saying it might not be a good idea to get him all doped up. janitors. They called this place the Plantation. This was East Baltimore, and we was damn near invisible. Doctor, your hospital had a certain reputation.
You're right. You know your history down pat. But about your son, maybe you can allow for a different perspective.
What kind of perspective?
I don't know the full realm of D'Artagnan's problems. But it seems to me, forgive me for being bold, but it seems to me as if you may be a little guilty of what you're accusing us of doing. This is your son. He may have a different prognosis than a bad social condition. Let's go find D'Artagnan. And we can all start fresh. I'm not your enemy.
Eva Johnson.
Dr. Ralph Edwards. Yeah, I have a 10-year-old son myself, you know.
Really? How's he doing?
He's doing fine and making me lose my mind.
Are you with the rest of them?
The rest of who?
Those other hard-working men shoveling up a storm.
That would be me.
Well, why are you wasting your time with this mess anyway?
This mess is trash and filth. You want children playing in it? You want rats to